G'day guys, and welcome back to the Dyson Sphere Program. A few things have been happening. Now I'm trying not to do too much in between episodes, but a little bit of tinkering and tidying I think could be good. I think that's how this game will work quite nicely. Now one thing I'm not trying to do during in between is to progress any research, because I want to do that during the episodes, and of course so we can see what we get ticked off along the journey. But of course that means we have backlogged machines, and I'm going to talk to you about backlog machines after we set up some science and also a slightly different oil project. So let me let you enjoy the stitch up intro, and I'll see you in just a sec. Rightio, if we go into the science menu and we have a look here, let's see exactly what we need. Now, by the way, at the moment we have red and blue science freely available. So let's see. I think we've done everything actually, because everything else might be... Oh no, there's one more. Requires a thruster. Requiring a thruster. I would have thought that would be the prerequisite, since it's just before it, but obviously not. Okay, solar orbits. Oh, we can get this one. Yes, lovely. And the high speed assembly process. Wow, what's that unlock? A Mark II assembling machine. Oh yes, that's brilliant. We haven't had that yet. Excellent. High strength crystal. Let's get that one as well. So let's just get, that could be the thruster there. 1,000 reds. Should we get them? Yeah, we'll get them, and then if we go to the upgrade situation, we might just have a look here and just see. So these guys require the yellows. These guys over here require the yellows, but it's over here, the ones in blue, that we can get. Is it? No, just a few of them. Well, we'll get the communication control, because that's a construction drone extra. That'll bring us to a total, I think we have at the moment, if we just create something. Yeah, if I just put these guys here, I have... Sorry, if I have those, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll give me 6 of those tackers, and they are pretty fast as well, so that's all pretty good. Okay, so let's just remove those and talk about oil. And now the machines are going, let's talk about oil. So in the last episode, I don't want to go on about this too much because it's dominated the last few episodes, but the oil cracking and the ratios, what's happened is, and look here, we've got a massive... So this has led to, now that we're running again, this has led to too many of the refined oil, too many of the hydrogens, not enough of the refined oil. So, and we don't seem to have enough here as well, or do we? Yes, we have 6,000 in this one. So I'm going to flow them back out and get this running correctly again. But I'm also going to show you, so this is my setup, my go at the refined oil situation, and the need to reuse different things. That is my own original build, but I did talk about Skystorm's original build and Skies, and please check out his videos. They are freely available on YouTube. He is amazing at a lot of games, and especially this one, and he's come up with a ripper, and I'm going to show you. I've set up a little test over there, and I can replicate that, but I just wanted to quickly show you that. There's no need to do that on camera. But what I'm going to do in the meantime is just send these guys back in. So I'm going to set up another little one of these, and I'm going to go, please, can you please go? Yeah, can you do this? And go out. Okay, so those guys will now go out, and this thing should flow nicely, because it's going to stop producing brand new products while it doesn't have enough of the refined oil, and we've got 6,000 of the refined oil. So for the moment, it'll be fine, but we know in the long term, this whole situation doesn't run as well, and it isn't super easy to expand, because look at me, I've already blocked myself in there. I don't like the way these sit. I mean, we could slightly change it, but I like this better. So a quick look at Sky's setup, and this is how it is. So I have an oil pulling, so an oil drilling platform. Just gotta remember, it's been a day or two since I picked up the game. Yeah, so I have oil coming out onto a conveyor belt, going into a splitter. Then here we go, a quick run through of how it goes. 3 refineries. The one in the middle is refining. The other 2 are cracking. This is taking the oil and refining, and I've got a green inserter. That's about all we need to see on that side. So the business side of it, what's happening is the 2 products are being made in the middle, and they're being sent to 2 separate, identical but mirrored cracking units. So refiner set up as the second process for cracking. And what's happening is I've got 3 inserters here. So it sends over one of each products, and I've set up these filters. So it does a refined oil and a hydrogen and sends both of those products to the cracker. In the third, yes, both of those products are the cracker. That is correct. Yes, it does. Okay, so it does that. And then this guy here then puts all the products out with the green inserter. Everything's green inserters at the moment. Puts the products out onto this belt. And this belt snakes around here. Now, the belt needs to go, when you build it, it needs to go one past the last inserter. And the last inserter is set up as a to pick up from the belt any product and put it straight back in. That is how that should work. Now, I think that needs to have a hydrogen inserter in it because we only want it to pick up the extra hydrogen, not the graphite. But I don't believe it will pick up graphite because it's not a required, yeah, it shouldn't need I think the way it works is it doesn't need a filter because it isn't one of the ingredients that it requires. So yeah, it will only pick up the ingredient it requires, hence the hydrogen, not the filter, energized graphite. And of course, this will give us a ratio roughly. If you have a look at this belt here, it's roughly 2 then 1. Occasionally it's 1 then 1, and occasionally 3 then 1. But 1 will go back in, looking at the early part of the belt. But everything after this should be 2 then 1, which means to get a 1-for-1 ratio for red science, you need to support this, because you can just have groups of 3 and I can run these all the way along here, but I would definitely need to support that brilliant build. You need a separate graphite factory, and we build that there as well. So there's a good chance what I'll do is I will set up, I think what I'll end up doing, you might see this by the next episode, is what I'll do is I'll probably end up setting up Sky's system over there. I'll pump it all in here with the filters, and we'll get them going directly into these 2 lines here. And then I might just turn off this area, and I did actually turn this off to let it run down a little bit, but I might actually turn this off and just but leave it there, and then if we need it we can get rid and build another version of Sky System over here as well for mid and late game where we need lots more oil. So I'm going to leave it at that. But I think as far as the research goes, one thing I want to confirm, when we get down the business end of the research and we're getting there, when we get into these ones, see that's that. See, this one is red and yellow, but not, yeah, see, red science. Ah, look, red science. I was thinking maybe red and blue science just aren't needed, but if you have a look here, they are even in the late ones. So you need to have these systems ready and really quite powerful before we can kick off with any of that. Okay, so that brings us to this episode, and I actually cut this as well because I was thinking, I don't know, I think everything was building up too much, and I thought I'll just cut it's almost like pausing that particular array. So we'll just pop it back on and let the system work out. I think this is going to be flooded, but I've got a stop gap there, and you can see that stop gap is allowing as much of it in as possible, and we'll just see how these ratios start looking over the course of this episode. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, what is the next thing that we are going to do? So, first of all, I think we need to make sure, yeah, I wanted to do this. So, I've got these lovely blue inserters, and I wanted to show you where I use blue inserters just in a little bit of tidying up. So, we put some more magnet units in here, and I had a couple of double inserters here, originally double orange, Mark 1s, double greens, and now I've just simply got blue for blue. So, they are Mark 3 inserters, and they're putting them into the storage and straight back out at a super fast speed. So what I thought I would do now is change over the inserters for most of these units here to make sure everything gets inserted nice and quickly. So because everything is working pretty well, but I think we need it all working just a little bit better. So for these 2, we'll start off with these guys. And I need to make sure I've got plenty of these, so let me just grab a few more. 5, 10, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, yeah. So like get those crafting in the background. Okay, brilliant. Alright, so here we go. We just got to make sure we remember. So it takes for these 2. Okay, so let me do this. Oh, I got to remember to always get the right bit. Sorry, that is my fault. I should have done that. Yeah, cool. Okay, so we'll grab the Mark 3s, and we want this to be here and here. Okay, now you got your Mark 3s looking lovely. Okay, so gone. And let's grab some of these Mark 3s and just watch the speed of this all just pick up a bit. Okay, so you're taking from 1 and 3. So let's. Oh, did it again. That must be frustrating to watch. Okay, it's 1 and 3. We know it's 1 and 3. Let's do that. And we do this. So it was this and this. Is that right? We need copper plates and magnets. Yeah, copper plates and magnets. Thank you very much. Okay, this guy here is 1 and 3 as well. Okay, brilliant. Okay, let's get them from the right spot this time. And then we'll go around the front. We'll have a look at that as well. So let's do here. Let's do them both together. Let's do this bit. Right, so that should be doing quite a bit. I don't know how much power they use, probably absolutely heaps, but I think what we can do now is just get these guys going out for sure. So I'm going to just remove these both Mark 1s. Being careful not to remove the machine. Ooh, bit of a hitbox situation there. And just pop these guys here and just see how they perform. Yeah, he'll perform pretty well. That's not too bad. And then I've got the greens over here, which should be fine for the moment. Now, I want the inserters doing a lot better job. So what I want to do for these guys is, there's 3 inserters there. So I'm just going to take off and I'm going to put green. So I've got the Mark II green units, but I've got them going, 2 of the units going from the furthest belt. So let's do this one, and this one. And we'll just see how that goes. This is creating blue science. Okay, let's see how this goes. Right. Okay, cool. So, creating blue science, we should be getting all the products. And I don't think... Yeah, and so the problem now is going to be supply of the products. And we'll have to beef up the supply chain. So, it looks like firing, we have out of the 12, we have 11 units firing, which is pretty good. I think the hold-up is these 2 guys out here. Definitely the hold-up. Yeah, the hold-up is these 2. So, we need to just increase that. And then, of course, putting them out... I'm going to get myself some slightly better ones over here as well. So we'll increase this as well and just go and fix this up. Okay, let's get the right things here, people. These are all just coming out anyway. So we'll get rid. We'll just do 2 of the arrays at once. I'm going to use 2 lots of Mark IIIs. Okay, 2 lots of Mark IIIs, and that should be good. Yeah, they'll do their thing. Brilliant. Okay, the next thing we'll do is we'll look at this. Ooh, you haven't quite done that yet. The next thing we'll go and have a look at the red science, and this is where the inserter changeover is really going to help us out. 2 lots of Mark IIIs. These are lovely. Brilliant. Okay, that's good. Alright, so that's all coming along. What is happening over there? That's a power supply. Oh yes, yes, the lovely power supply. And I've got my lovely new power supply over here. Just incidentally, we are producing 39 and taking up 30, using about 36 of the 39. So it's interesting. Got my buffer chest over here for that. Definitely need to increase these guys to get that firing. Yeah, we probably should just do that now. Do I want to start using the new systems? Let me just go here and have a quick look at this. Ooh, manufacturing, please. Thank you. Now, I can actually do some of these Mark IIs. Now, these guys will do production speed 1 times 75. So 25, they're a quarter times faster. I'm just going to keep it like this for now. When we build some new arrays, we'll take care of that. And we shall do this. Yep. Okay, so we'll do that, and I'm going to grab myself yet another power thing, but I'm going to put one of these guys. Now, I do like the reach of this. Let's do that. I think that'll work nicely. And of course, these are going to be set, and I should have copied those. That was a error. I should have copied that out, but I didn't. But nonetheless, okay. And we're going to see, so how's the research going? We've only got, we've got a few more things queued up there, so that's pretty good. Okay, let's do this. So that's these guys. And we had these going on the very earliest here, which that conveyor is quite the distance. But we'll see about that. That's putting the blues out there. Looking for the yellow dots. I've got 2 yellow dots here. Looks like these guys are not... What's their problem? Oh, they're backed up. That's all. I think as this takes over, as we get more of the green circuits on, these guys will get supplied because the other line will start moving. You can see the magnets will start moving, the magnetic coils. Okay, we're looking at 1,000 reds only for the next one, so that's a good time to jump over to the red production and just have a quick look. Now, thank you to our backlogs, all of this is just working beautifully, and what I'm thinking now is we may as well implement, because it is all looking a little bit more kind of like, yeah, it works, but you can see there, this is backed up, these guys are getting there, this guy's backed up, so it's got plenty. But what I want to do is start adding on 3 more of these as well, 4 more of these as well. So first of all, let's make sure we've got those 4 labs ready to go. We do not, so if I go here and I go 1, 2, that gets me my extra labs, and that'll do that. While we're doing that, I'd like to then put Sky's system into place. So, filtering in, let me think about this. Let me just see if I could do this actually. Yeah, I can. I'm going to use some faster belts for this. Can I get some more of these? Yeah, I can. Brilliant. Let's use some faster belts. So these guys are going to be doing more of them to there. And more of these guys to, say, here, and then we'll go up a level. Yeah, there we go. And I think I can go down a level now. I can. And there. Okay, so these units are going to be nice and fast and going to there. Once that's done, yep. Brilliant. Okay, cool. So look at that, and look at the little divergence there. That is lovely. Okay, where are we going? Now, I didn't realize as well, something you may have realized. What I didn't realize is that you can just, if you don't care about these materials, you can build straight over the top of them. So I'll do that. So here's the lines over here, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Now, where do we want this? Should we have a sorter here? I think we should. No, I think we probably need to have the sorter right up there. Let me just grab these. Can I do this? I can. And then can I go straight through here? I can. So if I do this, this will just bring the mixed line up here nicely. I can't walk through them, but let me see. That's good. This is the green lines. And where are we getting to? We're getting to there. So let's do it to here. And then we've got to wait for them anyway. We'll now grab ourselves a sorter box. And we'll have 2 separate lines coming out of here. So just check in the crafting menu. Yeah, I need to wait a little bit, don't I? Okay, I do need to wait a tiny bit. Okay, so the mixed lines will just come straight into here. This is energized graphite and hydrogen. You know, one thing I did want to check as well, if I've got my mecha here, have I got any hydrogen in here? I do. Can I use hydrogen in that? Yes, I can. Wow, so I wonder how that goes. I mean, you probably don't want to use it, but it'll probably go really good, actually. Let me see, I can put that in there. What else? Can I tidy up? Is there anything else I can put in there? I can use these guys, but I think I should hold on to them. KOS, Catherine Sky. She's been playing this game, and it's fantastic, and I love KOS. She's by far... She is my favorite YouTuber in the world, and I just love watching her play her games and do her thing, and it's just, yeah, it's very cool. But yeah, she was talking about the need for some of these organic products mid-game or later in the game, so it's interesting. Yeah, I might stop getting rid of stuff. Let me just do this. And then also do this, right? And then I wish it would allow me to set these filters. So if I do this one here, we're going to have, what's the lower one? So this one here is going to be energized graphite. So I want this one to be filter, and I want it to be energized graphite, these guys. And that means the other guy is going to be that. So if I click on the last one and just do this, and I click on this guy and just do this, I now should have the split lines, because you tell out of 2 products you only need to say pick one and it does the other one, no problem. So that's pretty good. Crafting menu is still interesting, but I've got more of these greeny guys coming up shortly. So it was, If I can just close out of the sale operation, please. Thank you very much. It's very helpful, but okay, so that's that. Just gotta wait. I think we're making these guys up. So yeah, energized graphite is coming along here. So if I do this, and then I grab again when we get them coming along, I just need a few more. Oh, maybe I don't. Oh yeah, I do. I just need to wait. Okay, good. Okay, so that'll build that up, and the energized graphite will come along. We might as well get 7 more here while we can. No, I can't go past that, can I? Look at that. Lack of item. I still think I won't be able to go past it. I need to wait on that, but this'll increase it a little bit. I think the output of these guys is not going to be massive. It's just one array of 3. Yeah, it's not going to be massive, so we'll see about this. But look at that. Look at that. Just the 2 products and everything. All of the... No byproduct. That's the difference. No byproducts. Okay, that's why he has 30,000 subscribers and I have 112. If you're watching this at the time of recording, I have 112 subscribers, but I was on like 50 not long ago, so I'm pretty happy with that. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I would like that. I also play other games like Planet Coaster and Factorio, and yeah, lots of other cool games that you might like. So please subscribe. Okay, so these green belts are now going to be doing their thing, and it would be good to see these green belts just racing along, so that could be quite good. You can already see, yeah, look at that, when we get some demand, the green belts work beautifully. You can already see the energized graphite slowing down on the other side, and now this is really going to send in some extra troops. And of course we see here there's a hold up because it can't use up enough of this, so this is definitely going to be the hold up. We won't get any more energized graphite until we use up more of the hydrogen. So over here to look at our inserters, and let's kick off with this now. So what I want to do is I want to say, right, you're getting from 2 different belts, so I'm going to do this in 2 blocks. We're going to go here and here, and goodbye, and we're saying you're getting from these 2 belts only. And I'm going to say then with logistics, if the closest belt gets 1 and then the furthest belt is 2, and we're using the blues, so closest belt 1, furthest belt 2. So you're making the reds, and we just need you to make them a lot quicker. Okay, and then we will go ahead and remove these guys. So removing, goodbye and goodbye, and the blue. So it's definitely here, there, and there. That's good. And now we'll go past and put on these 4. So we'll say please create faster, and that'll be brilliant, and we'll see if that will be right, because I think we've definitely got the products for both, and so now all should be firing up, and this should absolutely fly down now that we've got 12 of these guys. It's also meant that this little system here is now required again, which is quite good, so happy with that. This guy is actually, yeah, this is required. Brilliant. Okay, so that's all firing beautifully. All things being equal, we look at the other side and we say, yeah, you're not putting them out quick enough now, are you? So what we're going to do is we're going to go, I should probably just do what I did with the blue situation and just say, how many with the blues did I have actually? When I was creating the blues, I did two Mark III inserters to distribute. So I'll do the same here, and better get cracking on it as well. Let me just create a few more in the background. I think I don't have quite enough. Oop, I've used Mark IIs. That's not what I want. That's not going to be helpful to anyone. Okay, 2. I should have... Oh, I need 8, and I've got 8. Brilliant. Good, but it's always good to craft a few more. I've noticed a few people setting up malls, and I think a mall in the early game is probably quite good. Little backlog there. So that, as we increase our speeds, this is just, I've just built redundancy in there by putting those guys in. The next thing will be as well is how quick do these guys take it and process the science. This is this number going down. So let's set up the setup we want first, and I think we want 9 of these guys. No, do you know what? Let's do. Let's just do. If we grab the labs, can we grab the labs? We can. Ooh. Let's just grab 2 more. And the menu is, Yep, it's gonna that won't be too long. So I'll just get this set up the way I want. Let me see. Can I please go goodbye, goodbye? And we just want 2 lots of blue inserters, Mark 3s. So earliest possible. And this is just taking the red signs around the other side. We've got to set them up as well. So that would be pretty good. And that means I can probably also do that. So again, we're just building some redundancy there. What did I say I wanted to do? It was 2 of those guys, wasn't it? Okay, so that's good. I think the problem's going to be how many reds we're creating, so we'll address that in just a moment. Yeah, it's going to be how full is that line. And on this side, ooh, these are Mark 2s. So I'm going to go goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. And we had them, just to keep it neat, we had them at the earliest from the other side. So we'll get them from here. Look at that back up. Wow, that really does back up. See, look at that. We really pumped up blue science, but we just haven't got enough red to keep up with it. Wow, that's going to be a ratio and a half. Let me see. So the earliest possible, 2 lots of Mark 3s. The earliest possible, 2 lots of Mark 3s. And fire. Fire at will. It should fire at will. It will fire. It's just that we're having problems with red science. Yeah. Ooh, ooh. Okay, supply chain. And the problem is over here. So the problem is this again. Yeah. So you can see here, you take your eye off the ball for 15 minutes and this guy now oversupplies that and the hold up on this line. So all we need to do is put the circuit breaker in there and now this guy fills up again. He goes back up. This was on about 6,000 at the start of the episode. This is now heading downwards. And so that means that's all going to be pretty good. Oh, look, I can even do the input and output and switch them to on and off. Oh my God, how cool is that? Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. So we'll do this one and we'll say off. So it'll stop here. Oh, the input. Oh, there we go. So we'll do this one. Brilliant. So it now, yeah, after that one, look at that. Conveyor belt still moves, but it doesn't go. So what we're saying is, please still do the inputs, but don't do the outputs. And I don't know why they're on that order. Just for some reason think it should be on the other side. This guy holds 10,000, so we're at half capacity. We could also buffer it with another one. But this is proof that this system doesn't work, because you leave it alone for 10 minutes and it's trouble. So the better system is that one over there. The better system, much better. So in between episodes, this is going to be gone, that's going to be beefed up, and then I might even start on this section over here. Next time you see us, that's where we will be. Okay, we have absolutely helped. We've started sending more products. Yeah, if you have a look here. So right, we really need to see it's all off a bit, isn't it? It's all off a bit. It didn't take long to back up. You'll notice off this array I've got the second one there, the second bit of coal. Okay, that's that. What else do we need to look at? Do we need to look at anything? I've got myself, if I look at the capacity, demand is 25. Well, we're creating about 40, but that's because these guys aren't firing, these guys aren't firing, these guys are held up. Because they're held up, none of their downstream or upstream units have been firing. So that explains that. Okay, the thruster is now complete, which is good. I think it's time to go in and queue up a little bit more of upgrades. So let's have a look at this. Let's see here. So these are the ones we've done. Universal exploration requires purple science. Mecha core requires yellow. This one could be good. Mechanical frame, which is my move speed. God, that's very good. Inventory requires that. This one's already underway. You can see it flying along. This requires a yellow. Let's see over here. Now, the sail requires the yellow. This guy requires the yellow too. Interesting, isn't it? Look at all these guys. We can do the vertical construction because you can then start putting things on top and on top and on top, which could be quite good. And there's one other thing I want to talk to you about, and I don't know what it is. But there is something else in the game which is just, I reckon, game changing, and for me it works. It just works so well. Let me see with technologies, let me see what it is. So where is it? It will be Let me see here. Towers. There were towers. Logistics. Nope. So there's interplanetary logistics. Yeah. So we can start putting in these planetary logistics station, and I think this is strange because it shouldn't be in the intraplanetary, because these are great. So you set up these big things and you put products into them. They're massive towers, they look spectacular. Set them up, put the products in. You can put into, I think you put three different types of products in. The belts go straight in, and drones then pick them up and take them to other planets. But the other thing you can do is in your map you can actually just have them dotted around. So what I could do is I could do a whole station down here, and I could say, right, the two products I'm making out of here is this, and even more of the energized graphite. And what I could do is set up one of these big guys here, and then just literally put all the products straight into it. Forget the belts running all the way across. So they go straight in. Then I set up a second one over here near the science, and I just pop it straight in. So it's really cool. It just means that, and I think they pick up the product really quickly and take them in. It's all done a bit sort of, I think you see the drones, but I think as long as you put them in, once you get over there, they'll be ready to go out. I think there's no lag. I have to check on that. But these things are definitely going to be the next step, and they allow us to really compartmentalize our planet, and I think that could be really, really cool. Yeah. Okay, so this is good. Look at this single little vein here. Look at this. I mean, this half belt and this guy here. There's no huge problem because copper production is just like, it doesn't ever get pressured, but we need to at some stage just smarten up this. There are calculations where we should have 2 of them running at least 6 of these little veins. So 2 running 6 veins, but usually 7 is good. If you can get this 2 7s or a 6 and a 7, that'll give you a full belt. And then what you do with the full belt is up to you. But yeah, so I realize that's underperforming, but when you have a look at my other ones, they're definitely set up for it. One other thing just to quickly mention as well is the power. Don't forget, once we get, see, now that we're using a few more, once we get going, over here, we did, last episode, we did set up this. And we fired up these guys, and that's great. And if we have a look at it, and I've got plenty of energized graphite, so I'm happy just to sit in the air and fly around. But yeah, everything's working lovely. These guys are all working nice, but it's only one of the systems, because the other system that we got picked up is over here. Hang on. Let me see, energized graphite. What are you doing? Oh yeah. So we did this. So we that's right. We came out here, and we started doing the energized graphite into here, and we did it into there, and that's lovely. But we've got a second array of 8 more energized graphite producing, and we can grab all of that, and that's just coming off the 4 veins as well. And we can put a second unit along here. So that could be quite cool. What we could also do is, I think I'd like to see how I can stack these guys, because I reckon I could probably stack in another 4 just straight off these. So if I just do 2 more and 2 more, and then just see if they can, if you can daisy chain that many together. There must be a limit to how you daisy chain them. So I think that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Let me just see. I'm just having a quick look at interplanetary. Whoa. Wow, what's happened there? There's our sun. Dyson Sphere. That is the Dyson Sphere around the sun. That's it. Generation capacity. So that would be oh man, look at this with the orbits. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, it gets really complicated, no doubt. So you've got a Dyson Sphere layer, a star map. Ah, yeah, Dyson Sphere. Okay, that's what I was looking for. The star map, of course. And of course, I don't know what I'm looking for on the star map, but apparently when I need titanium, I will have to start thinking about that. And here's our lovely planet with the 2 poles, and we can talk about whether we want to recreate our science in the poles as well. So I think we'll leave this episode here. This has been a lovely episode. Let's go back and have a look at the hydrogen situation. Don't forget forget to leave your comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Stitch Up. And I will, let me see. Yeah, I'm going to just have a quick look here. It's still kind of working. It's still kind of, yeah, look, it is. These guys are firing pretty good. And over here, just having a look at the capacity, because it's always about red science production. We are getting 3, 6, 9, 10 is, and 11 and 12 are intermittent. 10's intermittent, 11 and 12 are not firing, and so that's probably what we need to do. Once we get a better chain set up, this would be brilliant. Okay, so yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Dyson Sphere Program. Cheers.